Hello dear students, in previous lecture I told you about carbohydrates. In carbohydrates I told you about monosaccharide, that is glucose and fructose, and I also told you about the preparation properties of glucose and also structure of glucose and fructose. Okay, now let us focus on the last topic of the unit 13, biomolecules, that is protein. So look at here about the proteins. So protein word came from Greek word, that is from proteose. Meaning of proteose is first. That means the proteins are the primary or prime importance. Okay. Now proteins are basically linear polymer of, it is a linear polymer of alpha amino acid. This is also known as alpha amino carboxylic acid. So this is the linear polymer of alpha amino acid, that is alpha amino acid is the building block of proteins. Okay, so this is the monomer and this is the polymer. Okay, now some more important points regarding the proteins. You have to know that it is required for growth and maintenance of the body. Growth and maintenance of the body. Okay, proteins is basically 16% of total body weight. Total body weight in human being, in human. Okay, some more points regarding the proteins. Proteins upon hydrolysis gives peptide, that is polypeptide, and which upon hydrolysis produce amino acid. So this is the some general points of proteins which you have to know. Now let us focus on the source of proteins. So the common source of protein is pulses, milk, fish, meat, soybean. So these are the some common source of proteins, and you know that proteins are required for growth and repair, that is maintenance of the body. That means if cell are damaged, the proteins help in the repairing of the cell. Now let us focus the most important thing, that is amino acid. So amino acid, the general formula of amino acid is, here you can write like this: NH2 CH1R and COOH. So this is the general formula of amino acid. So look at here, with respect to this acid, this is alpha carbon. Now this alpha carbon attached with the NH2 group, so that's why this is known as alpha amino acid. Okay, here R may be H, it may be alkyl group, it may be aryl group, or it may be heterocyclic compound. Heterocyclic group. Okay, so R may be changed. So now look the conditions. If R equal to, one more thing, this carbon is chiral, so here what you can say that alpha amino acid is chiral. That means this show the optical activity except glycine. So look at here, when R is replaced by H, so now the amino acid R look like this, and the name of this amino acid is known as glycine. So one question may be raised, glycine is the optically active or inactive? So this is optically inactive because this carbon is not chiral carbon. Not chiral carbon because the two similar hydrogen are attached here, so that's why this is not a chiral carbon. So except glycine, that means you can say except glycine, all amino acid are optically active. Okay dear students, so by this way you can find that only the glycine is do not form optical isomers, but all the other amino acid can form optical isomers due to chiral nature. Now the name of glycine, sometime maybe question arises, the name of glycine came from where? Then Greek word glycine, it is sweet in taste, and in Greek glycose means sweet. So that's why the name glycine given to this compound. Okay. Now if the R group are replaced by methyl group, so look at again here, if R group are replaced by alkyl group, that is methyl here CH3, so now this amino acid is known as alanine. Okay, so only you have to replace the R, and that's why the name of amino acid will be changed. Okay, so now look at here, if R group in amino acid is replaced by, so this is replaced by CH2OH, in that conditions now this amino acid is known as serine. Are you getting this point? So now this is known as serine. So by only replacement of R group you can find the different type of amino acid. Okay, so generally 70 type of amino acid are found, but basically 20 are very much important for formation of different type of proteins. Now let us focus on the configuration of alpha amino acid. So let us focus on the configuration of alpha amino acid. Okay, so look at here, COOH group to the top position. Here you have to write the NH2 and H, and below side you can write R. So now NH2 group to the right side, just like in case of learn about the glucose and fructose, I told you that the lowest chiral carbon atom containing OH right side, so this is known as D form, that is this series, and if OH contains to the left side, so this is known as L form, that is L series. Okay, so here this belongs to D configuration because the NH2 group is right side, so this is the D configuration of amino acid, and if NH2 group is to the left side, so now this is known as L configuration. Okay, are you getting this point or not? So by this way, this is the L configuration. And one more thing you have to notice down that, just like a glucose basically belongs to the D form, like here the amino acid basically belong to the L form. So most of amino acid are basically belong to L form, that is L series. Okay, this form only found in some antibiotics and bacterial cell wall, contains D amino acid. Okay, so most of the amino acid belong to the L series. Okay, and one more thing I told you that except glycine all the amino acid are chiral. Okay, now let us focus on the classification of amino acid. Okay dear students, now let us focus on the classification of amino acid. amino acid. So basically it is of 3 types. Okay, on the basis of position of position of NH2 group with respect to COOH group, it may be 3 type: alpha, beta, gamma. It may be many types. Okay, then sense of alpha, basically what is meaning of alpha? NH2 group is attached to the alpha carbon like this, so this is known as alpha amino acid. Now if NH2 group are attached to second carbon like this, so this is known as alpha beta, so this is beta amino acid. Similarly, if third carbon with respect to COOH it is attached, so this is known as gamma amino acid. Okay dear students, so by this way you can find the classification of amino acid on the basis of alpha, beta, gamma position. But you know that the common amino acid is basically belong to the alpha amino acid. Okay. Now second, on the basis of basically, so on the basis of relative number of basic and acidic group. Basic means NH2 group and acidic means COOH group. It may be of 3 types, that means neutral amino acid, acidic amino acid and basic amino acid. It may be 3 types. First, neutral amino acid. Now in case of neutral, what happens? Equal number of NH2 group and COOH group. In that conditions, the amino acid known as neutral amino acid. The common example of neutral amino acid is glycine. Okay dear students, so this is the common example of neutral amino acid. Then basic amino acid, second basic amino acid, and third you can say acidic amino acid. So now what about the basic amino acid? In case of basic amino acid, more NH2 group than COOH. So that means if amino acid contains more NH2 group than COOH group, so this is known as basic amino acid. The example of basic amino acid is lysine. Okay, one more example you can note it down, that arginine, Arg9. Okay, in case of acidic amino acid, what happens here? COOH group is more than NH2 group. In that conditions, what happen? If COOH group is more than NH2 group, so this is known as acidic amino acid. Here the example is basically, just you have to think about the example of acidic amino acid. So this is aspartic acid, glutamic acid, So these are the example of acidic, basic and neutral amino acid. This you have to learn for examination point of view. Okay. Now one more classification which are based on the synthesis in the human body. तो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ synthesis that is formation in human body it is of two types. One is known as essential amino acid and one is known as non-essential amino acid. So now look at here, what is the difference between the essential and non-essential? As the name indicates, essential matlab needed, so that's why we have to take from the diets. So that means those amino acid which are taken from the diet, that means food, is known as essential amino acid, and that amino acid which can be synthesized in the body, that means this type of amino acid can be formed in the body itself. So that's why this is known as non-essential amino acid. Okay, so this is also known as basically dispensable amino acid, and this is also known as non-dispensable amino acid. Now just you have to learn the some common name of essential and non-essential amino acid. So look at here, how can learn the name of essential amino acid? So like this, BIP, HAL, METT. Okay, so this is the mnemonic you have to learn the essential amino acid. So now B means valine, I means isoleucine, P means phenylalanine, H means histidine, A means arginine. Then basically double L, that means one L is known as lysine, one L is known as leucine, then methionine and tryptophan and threonine. Okay, so H is known as histidine, A is known as arginine, L is known as leucine, L is known as lysine, M is known as methionine, T is known tryptophan and one T is known as threonine. So by this way you can learn the essential amino acid. Rest 10 amino acid are basically belong to the non-essential, and that are basically glutamic acid, aspartic acid, serine, alanine, glycine, proline, cysteine. Okay, so these are basically non-essential amino acid. So by this way you can classify the essential and non-essential amino acid. Now next most important things about the amino acid, that is deuter ion. So let us focus on the deuter ion. So look at here, what happened with the deuter ions. So just draw amino acid structure. Now you have to focus on the deuter ion. This is also known as dipolar ion, also known as mangrove ion, okay, are also known as hybrid ion. So look at here, R, this contains NH2 group, 1H and COOH. When you can write in the equilibrium like this, so what happens here, the 1H are acid are moved to the ammonia. So now this is the acidic portion and this is the basic portion. So now what happens here, R, C, H, this become NH3 plus and now this becomes COO minus. So now they contain two type of ions, positive ions and negative ions, and that's why this is known as deuter ion. So one question may be arises from the deuter ions. What the deuter ions? So this is basically dipolar ions, that's why this is known as deuter ions. Now this behave as base, this behave as base, that is proton acceptor, proton acceptor. Now this behave as acid, behave as acid, that is proton donor. So this is about the deuter ion. Okay, so this is known dipolar ions are also known as Mongery ions. Sorry, this is Mongery ions. Okay, in Greek letter, that is German word, this is known as Mongery ions. Okay, now it can also be written as hermaphrodite ions. Now one question may be arises, how can you show that this is the amphoteric in nature? So now this behave as two type of na, that means behave as acid and behave as base. So that means this behave as base and this behave as acid. So that's why they be act as amphoteric. Okay, they are highly polar because charge are separated here. So that's why they are also known as dipolar ions. Okay dear students, so this is about the deuter ions. Now one question may be arises, what is the behavior towards electrode for the deuter ions? So look at here. Now in acidic medium and basic medium, what happens here? So look at here, NH3 plus and COO minus. One question also asked from the deuter ions in the J advance. Okay, so now what happens in the acidic medium? So now look the conditions. This H plus are add to this oxygen or this H plus add to the this nitrogen. So what happen here? Positive never come to the positive. This will join to this. Na? So now what happens here? This will convert into NH3 plus and COOH. Now this deuter ions contain basically positive charge. So that's why this can move towards, this move towards cathode. So one question may be arises, in acidic medium deuter ions move towards which electrode? Cathode or anode? So this move towards cathode because this contains positive charge, and I told you that cations move towards cathode and ions move towards anode. Now if you are given OH minus ion, in that conditions what happens? Now this OH minus ion attack to this H plus and now liberate water molecules and left behind CO minus, and this become NH2 group. So now this contain negative charge. So that's why this move towards anode. So one good question may be arises, deuter ions in acidic medium and basic medium move towards which electrode? So by this way you can write the answer. Okay dear students.